Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Addictive Tarot. This is a general reading for the collective, so take what speaks to you and leave the rest for somebody else. So let's get started, see what the cards have to say for us today. First of all, we are grounded, we are connected, and we are protected. Okay, so let's start with past, present, and future. What is your strength right now? And what's a good thing to focus on? Beware and be aware. Acknowledge and appreciate. What to keep in mind throughout this entire reading, and how to maintain balance. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, the past, this is such a beautiful version of the Eight of Swords. It's shown up for you today reversed, which means you have found a way to escape that mental prison that you were in. You're no longer criticizing everything that you do. You're no longer dwelling inside the mind, overthinking, overanalyzing, just being over analytical. You've moved out of that and moved into the stage of the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is like a card of pause. Stopping, thinking, looking around at different points of view, getting different perspectives on things. Even you can see in here, if you can see it, there's a bat hanging. There's a bat hanging from the tree. I think it's a bat. And the bats have a different way of flying, a different way of looking at things, different way of communicating, using sonar, or just completely different than other flying animals. Now, this has also shown up reversed. So you've spent some time looking at things from a different perspective, getting a different point of view after you escaped from this mental prison. Now you're in this energy of the Hanged Man that's ready to take action, like really ready to take action, because the card for the future is the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is like something is going to happen fast. It's coming in fast. Get ready for it. Get your boots on. You've got mail. That's what this card always reminds me of, because it looks like mail delivery coming in really, really quickly. So you're ready to take action, and you're ready to go at it quickly. So your strength right now, which is the Four of Cups, you have, because you stepped out of that mental anguish and that stuckness in the mental side of things, you've opened up your emotions. You can see this cup now. You're not feeling that humdrum, bored, nothing's gonna change. You're out of that. You stepped out of that energy, and you can now see this cup right in front of your eyes. It was always there. You just didn't see it because you were feeling stuck. You were feeling perhaps uninspired, and that's all because you were stuck in that headspace. The headspace would not let you out. You got out. You did this beautiful thing. You used your energy to get out of that stuck space. So now that you're out, you're eager to go. What would be the thing to focus on next? 10 of Wands. You reached the end of that state of carrying heavy burdens. You made it across the finish line. You put down all those logs in this image. You put down that heavy weight. You let go of it. You've completed it. You stuck it out till the end. So now, allow yourself to feel lighter. Allow yourself to let go of those burdens because you've done all the work towards that. You're there. You're ready to step forward without those burdens. So in other words, don't take all that weight with you as you move forward. Focus on the weight not being there rather than the weight being there. Keep in mind with this entire reading, part of the weight was that feeling of sadness, that feeling of loss, which could have put you into that mental jail. And keep in mind that you have processed so many of those feelings that you were able to flip this card right upside down so that you're not stuck in that emotional energy of sadness right now. You've gotten out of it. This one cup that you didn't see before is that cup that is still standing. You've actually got 2 cups that are still standing. 3 have spilled over and they're gone, but you've still got 1, and that's empty. That can be filled with whatever emotion you want to fill it with. And cups are all about pursuing the things that make you happy. So what would make you happy? Ask yourself, what would make me happy right now? Now that I've released these burdens, now that I've broken free, now that I've looked at things from a different angle, now that I'm ready to go, what am I going to pursue? That is the card, what to keep in mind throughout this entire reading. So, beware and be aware. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Be aware of where you are right now. Be aware that you've completed a cycle. Be aware that you now are free to look after yourself, look after your needs, to pursue something new, to create something that's been dying to get out of you, to create something new for yourself. The World card is a completion. You've gone around this loop. Think of the infinity loop. You've gone around it. You went around it with all these burdens. So it was like you were training for the Olympics and you had weights on your ankles, so that now that you've taken those weights off your ankles, you can move quickly, which is where you're going in the future. And also the World card. Okay, so hopefully I can remember this properly, is the four corners represent the fixed signs of the zodiac. The man being the air element, which I didn't mean signs, I mean the four elements. They do represent signs also, but I'm not going to remember them. So there's the air, the water, the earth, and fire. So when you are going through this cycle here, each of those elements was touched upon in one way or another. And now be aware that you're entering the Empress. You're in the Empress energy right now. So the Empress represents all four queens. So the Queen of Swords, clarity, truth, honesty. The Queen of Cups, emotions, feelings. The Queen of Wands, fire, ambition. And the Queen of Pentacles, earth, self-care, and investment in yourself. So if you take all of those queens and you take all of this cycle that you've been through, the energy that you are in now is at a point where you have opportunities to create something new for yourself. Acknowledge and appreciate, okay, Lovers and the Page of Cups. So this Lovers is different because it's got 3 people in the Lovers as opposed to an angel and 2 people. So this could be various aspects of yourself. So we've got the masculine, the feminine, and the spiritual, and the earth as the grounded point, because the spiritual could be the angel statue here. So when you bring all of those parts of yourself into harmony, which represents what the World card is offering here to you as well, and be a student of love, which is the Page of Cups. So be grateful, acknowledge and accept and appreciate where you are right now. Appreciate the fact that now you can welcome new love, new passions, new emotions into your life, rather than blocking them out by being stuck in the 8 of Swords energy, the analytical energy. Lovers also represents decisions, contracts, what's more important to you. And it's a major arcana card, so it also means being in touch with that beautiful soul inside yourself, the soul that you are. So now the card of balance is the Ace of Swords, the new beginning, the new way of processing the thoughts that come in. So you escaped here, you've dropped the weight, you're getting ready to move into a fast energy following your passions. So now the way to stay balanced is to keep your thought process from falling back into the trap of limited thoughts or overthinking. So you've got one extreme or you've got the other extreme. Let's go another layer deeper here. Let's just see what we can get on this maintaining balance. King of Swords. Okay. So it's an invitation to have that mindset of clarity and truth, to not let your emotions carry you away while you step into your emotional aspects of yourself, not to judge without all of the facts. Let's see what else is going on for today's energy with the Hangman. Okay, the Three of Pentacles with the Hangman. So this is making a plan. Making those blueprints for where you would like to go next, because it's coming up fast and you don't want to get thrown into something that is going to throw you so off balance that you overthink it and you start balking. The King of Swords is that energy like a person that is in control of their verbal communication, that doesn't lash out, that doesn't judge without the facts. It's the energy of strength, purity, clarity, clear communication backed with wisdom. So keeping that, oops. Okay, so these cards want me to talk about them. Okay. So with the King of Swords, part of the balancing act will be the King of Wands. So having that clarity and truth where you want to place your energy, because it is coming in quickly in the future, that passion is going to awaken within you of what you want to follow next. And it could be something much more spiritual than you're accustomed to. And it could be something that is awakening those emotions inside of you. We also got the Ace of Pentacles, which is that card of self-care. Now, if you can see it in this picture, I don't know if you can see it. If you look at the negative positive, like as if it was a photograph of negative positive, there's like an outline of a face with the moon at the forehead, and there's the nose, and there's the mouth, and the stars. So being connected with your mind to the universe, to the invisible, to that spiritual side of things is going to help you as this very fast energy comes in. And if you take the time to take care of your body, that Pentacles, the earth, that's why this came up as a beware and be aware. The need to make sure that you take care of your body as you're going through all these changes, as you're entering a new phase, a new chapter of your life, which could be more spiritual. Then be sure to take care of your physical body while you're doing that. Do the research with the Ace of Swords here and the Ace of Wands, because this is all a new beginning. And apply this newness, this brand newness of, okay, let me just set these so you can see them. This brand new path that you're starting on right now. The importance of taking care of your physical body is very much being highlighted here. And your new mindset, because you're entering into perhaps you're entering into a more spiritual aspect, and that is a very emotional side of you that you may not have explored in the past. And it's not like you're walking away from something. It's something that's calling you. It's something that's inviting you to enter it. And with the moon here being in the forehead, there's a lot of mysteries. There's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of shadows that are going to be coming up for you in the near future. So the recommendation to stay balanced through this new area is to adopt the personalities or the essence, to embody the essence of both the King of Swords and the King of Wands, along with the newness of the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So have an open mind towards these things, but stay grounded and don't let your energies take you so fast that you lose control of where you want to place your energies. So that is what I'm getting from these cards to maintain your balance. Now I want to draw another card here to go with what to keep in mind through this entire new cycle that you're entering, because if you've recently overcome some very emotional sadness, and you're getting back on your feet again, and you're not trapped in that jail of overthinking, overanalyzing, and that sort of thing. So I just want to get another card. Oh, okay. Now this is a lot of cards jumped out, so I will take them so that you've got the information, but I'll go through them fairly quickly. So a lot of this has to do with your childhood, with things you went through growing up, and now you're changing. There may be some challenges coming up with that when you start looking at your childhood. But the thing to keep in mind with all of this is now you're investing in yourself. That's part of your new journey, the Ace of Pentacles. So that's like money, right? You put money in the bank, but you're putting money in yourself. You're putting investments in yourself. So what you're working towards next is the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, think of that, if you're sober now, think of this as chips, coins, tokens that you've earned your tokens here. You're going to gain more tokens or chips the more you invest in yourself, and you will be producing this beautiful future for yourself as you go along. Maintain balance with the Temperance card, because now that you've entered this zone, there's 3 sides now to you as opposed to 2 sides. Now it's not just, the masculine, feminine. Now you're bringing in that 3rd side, which is the spiritual. So maintaining the balance with the earth, with the water, with the emotions, with the spiritual aspect of things, that is going to be very important to maintain that balance. As you enter and you get into further this, because you're just going to be starting this new, as you get further into it, what you're going to do is turn these cards right side up. You're going to manifest justice for yourself. So even if the past, say your childhood past, you may have felt there were injustices there. you're going to perhaps start looking at things a little bit differently, dig deeper. It's going to be very emotional, which is part of this new path, and this is part of why you really, really need to take excellent care of your physical body. That's why the Queen, the Empress has shown up. So she represents all four queens, to take care of yourself and have that balance with all of these other aspects. So that is what is coming up for you, and it's going to start real quick. So don't let it catch you off guard. Be prepared for it by making the plan, making a solid foundation with your physical, within your physical realm. Make sure you plan time for proper rest. Make sure you eat properly. You know you have to take care of your physical house and home, your job, and all of those things. But pay extra attention to your King of Wands and your King of Swords. Your mind and your energy, and that will help you in a beautiful way as you enter this new phase and this new path. So that got pretty intense all of a sudden, and it's like, holy cow, you're in for a beautiful part of the journey that you're on. Like, you're coming up on new things. You've done a ton of work already, but you're coming up on some new stuff that you may not be used to. So make that plan, get ready, and bring that justice to yourself. Manifest that justice that you deserve, because part of that justice is a happy life and joy and freedom. Okay, so that's it. We're going to conclude there, and I look forward to doing the next reading for you. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.